ho, ho, and welcome to Week 15 of NFL Primetime. Chris Berman along with Booger McFarland. Shopping done?
Everything done, mostly online.
Well, safe, right?
Yes, exactly.
Safety first. Listen, Merry Christmas to all out there, to all a happy, a healthy, and a safe holiday. And then there was the football. By the way, pass the eggnog. Oh, we'll wait till after the show.
Let's do it.
Right? Tampa Bay Bucs. What are they? They had the latest bye of any of the teams. Then they won last week. Coach Bruce Arians said, we can be anything we want. They didn't want what they saw in the first half. Here we go at Atlanta, who they played twice in the last 3 games. Tom Brady, Matt Ryan. Yeah, well, they faced off once. More on that in a moment. More than once, but one that we all remember. It was all Atlanta early, 4th and 2. Matty Ice, Russell Gage, who also threw the ball last week very well. Atlanta looks like this at times, Booger, and then little play action. Calvin Ridley, believe it or not, that's a nice throw. 14-0 Atlanta.
Falcons may be having a bad season, but they have an offense that's as good as any in the league.
Yeah, I mean, and they've wasted 5 minutes left in the half. Sherrod Niesman sacks Tom Brady. There were heat on him in the first half.
Nice blitz design right there. You cover up the guard, cover up the tackle. Nobody there to get the linebacker. Great design by Radio Raheem.
17-0 Atlanta at the half. Now 17-7, Ryan. Ridley, oh, that's nice. Toe tapping. Falcons making it look easy now. 1st and goal. Ryan Haydenhurst, 24-7, and there is no way Tom Brady can come back against Atlanta down 24-7. Maybe there is a way. Brady to Mike Evans inside the 5. Here come the Bucs. And then watch the dart here, boom. Bing. Chris Godwin on the slant.
Nice play design. Little pick and roll there. Mike Evans set the pick. Godwin came right behind him, and Brady threw it in there.
Yeah, and now Brady going to Evans' sideline, but all sorts of flags, and I think you could see why, at least part of it. A.J. Terrell yanked.
The rare double foul, the pass interference, and then in addition to, you get the face mask. Both of them are enforced.
Brutal. So now they're handed a big gift, and Leonard Fournette didn't go very long, but guess what? It was all he needed to go. 1st and goal from the 1. All of a sudden, it's a 24-21 game. Each team has a field goal, so Atlanta's still up. 27-24, 8 minutes to go in the game. Brady, Cameron Brate from Harvard, 18-yard gain. 6.5 to go at the 46 of Atlanta. Brady. Yeah, remember he lobbied to get Antonio Brown? Here it is. Touchdown.
And they'd be showing you one-on-one coverage. He's still one of the better receivers in the league. And look at the roommates getting it done, boom.
31-27, so the Bucs have the lead after trailing by 17 twice. Ryans. Oh, look out, he's sacked by Devin White. Where's this been?
11 tackles, 3 sacks. Maybe the best linebacker in football.
Well, he's there, and then they get the ball back again. They force a punt, but they're going nowhere. Lyman falls down. Bucs defense stands up at the end, and so it looked awful in Atlanta, and Tom goes, you know, Matt, I'm really sorry to do this to you again. I really am. But in the end, the Bucs beat the Falcons 31-27, so Tampa Bay is now 9-5 with, and we said they close out the year with the Atlanta Falcons. Brady, 31-45 for 390.
We're going to have to figure out how to play our best for 60 minutes as opposed to 30. And it was a good win by us. Everyone loves winning, but we also want to play better. We want to play our best.
That's the way we're capable. That's the way we should be playing. As my comments to the team after the game is, if we could play 30 minutes like that, why the hell can't we play 60? And it's frustrating.
Well, look, they scored 5 straight possessions in the second half. 4 of them drives were 70 or maybe even 75 and over. Again, they won, right?
Yes, they did.
And what do they got left? At Detroit and then Atlanta
again.
So they could. How do we evaluate the Bucs? I still am scratching my head. Are you?
Well, I think if you look at glass half full, you talk about what Bruce Arians said. And how come we can't do what we did in the second half? But if you look at it on the other side, glass half empty, why do we start so slow offensively? And then defensively, what once was a strength is now a weakness. They don't get any pass rush, and their pass defense, they can't cover anybody in the back end. Atlanta and Matt Ryan hit them up for 356 yards passing. So if I'm Bruce Arians, I'm preaching the positivity to my team. Hey, let's do what we did in the second half. But in the back of my mind, If I'm Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, I'm very concerned at my pass defense. Lack of pass rush and lack of coverage is a problem.
A little quick on Atlanta. Look, we don't mean to pile, but this is a fact. The fifth loss they've had in the last 5 years, yes, the Super Bowl was one of them, with a lead of 17 or more. I mean, unfortunately, the Falcons have made this an art form, and it's painful. Now, this is a post address. Seattle, Washington. They also played football, 2 first-place teams. And so here come the Seahawks into the Washington football team with won 4 in a row. There's Russell and Alex Smith out with a calf injury. Dwayne Haskins, remember, started September, bench, back for Ron Rivera. Haskins he's on the run, he throws, and it's a tip. And Shaquille Griffin, he makes a difference. Look, they're not world beaters on defense. He's a good corner.
Yes, maybe one of the best. Opportunistic, that's what he is.
So, Russell Wilson waited. Oh, I got a lane. Makes one move. And, hey, we know that he can do this after all his years in the league, and that's a 38-yard pickup.
For a quarterback that runs a lot, he rarely ever gets hit.
No, he knows what to do. And then Wilson, tight end, Jacob Hollister, 10-yard touchdown, 13-3 at the half, Seattle.
Nice throw right there. Put it right through. He threaded the needle. Boom, nice throw.
And then, the throwing again shorter than a lot of let Russ cook earlier to get everything back online. And then the running game. Carson back, and then there's Carlos. You can run, but you cannot hide. Look at him. Shirt tails hanging into the end zone, 50-yard, 20-3. It's a laugher, right?
And you and I know that's what Pete wants to do, run the football.
Yes, he does. Now it's 20-9. Wilson, time. I think everybody on Washington's front line is a first-round pick. Montez Sweat, no sweat, tips it. Deron Payne gets it. Washington, we've seen that front take over some of the games. Part of their 4-game winning streak, Booger. Then Haskins, they completed a lot of this is 3rd and 6. A lot of third downs on the Seahawks in the fourth quarter. That's Cam Sims with the catch. Former Seahawks J.D. McKissick catches it from Haskins, 20-15. We got a ball game.
So a lot of glimpses of good football out of Haskins, just not enough.
Under 6 minutes to go. Wilson, he avoids the sack. And then, and Hyde drops it, and Seahawks punt. So the buck 15 to go. Washington can win the game if they can get going. But here is L.J. Collier with the pass rush on 2nd down. And then midseason trade, we know his Pro Bowl years in Cincinnati. Carlos Dunlap, big fella, 9-yard sack.
But what you have to have in this league, fourth quarter pass rush, and he provided that.
And then on 4th and 24, wing it. The flag's going to be on Washington, but wing it anyway. And what do you do? Knock it down. Broken up by Griffin. Look, Seattle had a 20-3 lead. They let Washington have a chance to win the thing, but a win is a win.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks are now 10-4. And Jamal Adams, by the way, a sack. That would be 9.5. It's already a record for DBs. 4 games in a row with at least 1 sack. Also a record for DBs. You think he's made a difference and being in the playoffs? Coming from the Jets, you think he likes it?
First time going to the playoffs. I know you have 2 games left this season.
Hell yeah! That's a hell of a feeling, man. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this, guys. Forgive me. I know you guys are used to, Seattle, always going to the playoffs. I'm not used to this. I'm used to sending my cars home by this time. And, hey, I'm already packing up, learning where I'm going next. Where's the vacation? When am I seeing family? Sorry to cut you off, brother. I'm just excited, man. So God is good.
No problem. No problem.
What was your question, brother? I'm sorry.
Hey, he's in the playoffs.
Congratulations, man.
They're in, he's in, and he's always in. 11 straight years, Bill Belichick, Patriots in the playoffs, hanging on barely against Tua Tagovailoa. Last time he had lost to a rookie quarterback was 2013. But Tua, Adam Shaheen, 15 yards, a lot of receivers not in the lineup for Miami. Then Durham Smythe. This is not, the Marks brothers.
No doubt. Mike Gesicki's hurt. He had to find some secondary receivers.
Parker's out. And then Tua is hit while he throws it. J.C. Jackson's had a nice year for New England. Makes the pick. Chase Winovich on the hit.
Nice pick. Terrible throw by Tua. I know there was pressure. You got to eat that one. Sometimes just take the sack and take the points to field goal try.
Patriots would move up and kick a field goal. I mean, this was like a classic blackjack game. No face card showing. It's only 3-0 halfway through the second quarter. Cam, and he can run. Hold on to it, Cam, and the ball is loose. Xavier Howard, who's quite a player, picks it up, and he could go all the way. Ends up being a good call and not quite a fumble recovery for Miami.
Cam lost it, and number 94, Christian Wilkins for the Dolphins, touched the ball and out of bounds at the same time. Ball goes back to the Patriots.
Loose ball, nobody's fault. They almost had it break. The Patriots got it, but down 6-0. Here comes Miami. Tua with the hand up down to the 1, and then Savon Ahmed. Not Larry Zonka, but Savon Ahmed. Touchdown, 7-6 Miami.
The last piece of the puzzle. I want to see, can Tua run on the zone read? Also, can Miami run the football?
Field goal again for Folk, who's done a nice job for New England. 9-7 New England. Ahmed. 31 yards, and look at dangerous game.
Yeah, the ref. Nobody touched him, though.
No, it's Black Hawk down. I hope that he's okay. Tua, look at this. Look at Tua make an exciting run for a touchdown on a 3rd and goal.
So many free yards that the quarterback can pick up in today's game.
And then look at the 2-point conversion. Page out of Strock, Duriel Harris. It's wait a minute, is that the hook and lateral? Isaiah Ford to Ahmed, he runs it in. Nice play for Tua.
Yeah, nice little play design. Boise State will be proud.
They had fake punts. Brian Flores opening up the interesting parts of the playbook second half. 15-8 Matt Breida. That's old solid running for the one-time 49er. 24 yards. Then, 2nd and goal. Tua, sneak. And guess what? Miami, they stay in it. And for Coach Bill Belichick and the Patriots, the first time they have not made the playoffs since 2008. A record 11 straight years in the playoffs. You could see this coming. They tried to stay in. Congrats to Miami as they stay alive. But for Cam Newton and the Patriots, they'll be going home after 2 more games.
Is that your nature to be optimistic, even in obviously this disappointment?
What do you want me to do? What you want me to complain? What you want me to tell you everything that's not going right? I mean, we know what the standard is around here. It doesn't take a person that's oblivious or been living under a rock to understand that. But, we just came up short, and that doesn't mean we're not good enough, because we are. And we just didn't show it.
Well, the Patriots, what a run. Miami's still in it, and so is Baltimore. Lamar Jackson off those Monday night heroics. Gardner Minshew. That was a quick sneeze. Matthew Judon gets him for the safety. Jacksonville was in trouble in this game because Baltimore has to win out.
As soon as Tote Meat Leather, they was in trouble.
And you know what? And here you go. They get the punt off. And when you turn a safety into 9 points, that's essentially what's happening here, because Jackson and Marquise Brown on the very next play. Lamar, you think he has time? Miles Boykin, 9-0 Baltimore.
It was good to see Lamar Jackson going through his progressions and coming off someone other than Mark Andrews for a play.
So the Jags, 4th and 5 midfield, why not try it? Minshew, Patrick Queen was ready. What a good-looking rookie linebacker he is.
Yeah, out of LSU, baby.
Well, that's why I said it. He's good anyway, but I mean... Meanwhile, Lamar, after the turnover on down Mark Andrews, every week we get a catch like this.
Well, and he's dependable. You put it anywhere near him, he will make you right. The defender, that's really good coverage. That's just outstanding concentration by Andrews.
Later in the drive, it's second quarter now, and J.K. Dobbins into the end zone at 16-0. You get a feel what was going to happen. $1.50 to go in the first half, 3rd and 8. Lamar. No, this is not a time warp. Guess who caught it? Dez Bryant.
Throw the X up, boom. Throw the X up.
Dez Bryant. First touchdown catch in December 2017.
Well, and Dez does a nice job. They only rushed 3, so Dez knew his quarterback was going to have time. Uncovered a secondary play. I love it, and I'm so happy for Dez Bryant.
And a big hug from head coach John Harbaugh. They have faced maybe what no team has. Certainly no team's had it worse. Meanwhile, Minshew to James Robinson, And this undrafted rookie, what a year he's had.
He's been outstanding. The future is so bright for him. One of, if not the best rookie running back in this class.
26-7, Jags on the board. Jackson, this is a design run, and, they got to roll it. He can do that.
Well, we know that.
33-7, fourth quarter. Aldrich Rosas.
Oh.
He had to punt. This is the kicker because the punter it's sick. That's one of the best punts you're ever going to see. Look, it's like a 50-yarder.
Was that the nose tackle?
And he doesn't do this. It's a big kicker. You know what?
Oh, my.
But look at this. Because Logan Cook was injured, the Ravens, I got to tell you, I like good effort, big fella.
Great effort. You're right, big fella. Great effort.
40-14, the Ravens win. So Baltimore is now 9-5. I do have to give this Jacksonville, I hate to say it. So they won the first game of the year. Now they've lost 13 in a row. Only 2 teams in the history of football have done this. However, here's the good side, Jacksonville. They're both Super Bowl coaches. Pittsburgh, 1969. Chuck Noll's Steelers lost the first game. They lost the next 13. And then 2001, George Seifert was coaching Carolina. They won the first game. They lost the next, 15. So Jacksonville is trying to avoid that. Now, AFC race. Baltimore won big as expected. Miami in a gutout. What do you see?
Well, Miami's coming. And here's the thing about it that I saw today. When you see Miami, they're allowing Tua Tagovailoa to run the football. Early on, is he going to be healthy? You're worried about the hip. Didn't run as much. Now you're starting to see the zone read. They ran the football for almost 200 yards today. So Tua running the ball, the run game going. We know the defense is going to be outstanding. They're going to be right there, boom. You put them in there, Buffalo, Indy, Tennessee, Pittsburgh. Kansas City is clearly the cream of the crop, but there are a lot of good teams that are rounding into shape as we get to the end of December.
We had Seattle real quickly, just a couple of things as they we'll get to the whole race in a minute, but they host the Rams next week, who beat them earlier, but now Seattle wins, even though it wasn't impressive. Just a couple things. They may get Greg Olsen next week. They may have Josh Gordon to receive. They got to still get better defense, although it's coming slowly. You're right with what they showed today?
They're close, but they have to figure out what's going to be our identity. Are we going to let Russ cook, or do we want to pound the football with Carson and run the ball, Carlos Hyde? The defense is not going to be great, but it can be opportunistic. Adams blitzing. The trade for Dunlap is playing off with fourth-quarter pass rush. I'm worried about the identity from an offensive standpoint. Figure out who you are and stick with it.
Here's one thing that they have going for them. If they get back to that first half of the season, Russell Wilson, then the sky's the limit. But they seem off at the moment, but they'll take off with another win. All right, now, once upon a time, 49ers Cowboys was it.
Oh.
In the 90s, 4 straight NFC Championship games. Stuff legends are made, of course, of the defending NFC champs. Kyle Shanahan, they're in Dallas to play Ezekiel Elliott. He is out with a calf injury, but so it's Nick Mullins, and he was not old St. Nick. Pressured by DeMarcus Lawrence, rips the ball out of his hand. A one-time Niner was a real force. Of course, they're going through all sorts of stuff. Alden Smith jumps on it. Dallas forces.
Well, and it's good to see Alden Smith making plays in this Cowboys much maligned defense, making a play early.
And so the Cowboys get the ball at the 24. Now Dallas with it. And the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, Michael Gallup. Wide open over the middle, 14-0. How about them Cowboys?
How about them?
Now, Niners down 17-7. Raheem Mostert, just pop. And the Cowboys fourth down up to 3rd and 2. Kyle Shanahan says, look, let's go. And now Mullins. Brandon Ayuk, they used it. Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, the big wide receivers in the running game.
Nobody designs more wide receiver runs than the Rams and the 49ers.
And the Niners score there, and they go down 17-14 at the half. Now 27-24, less than 3 minutes to go to the game. Dallas with the lead. Mullins. Oh, look out, Anthony Brown picks it off. Down to the 49ers, 46-4. Turnover forced by Dallas. Mullins has had a lot of them. 8 straight games? Multiple turnovers for the Niners, 8 in a row. Tony Pollard, bang! This one of the runs of the year. Bang! 40-yard touchdown. Elliott says, I like what you're doing. He had 69 yards.
And I'm not so sure Tony Pollard is not better than Elliott.
Now, down by 7, 34-27. Robbie Salagold, the onside kick. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Lamb. He will score a TD. I kind of screwed up the nursery rhyme a little bit, but you get the picture. Yeah. Cowboys, they win it over the Niners. You know, at least there was entertaining in this week. Those of us who are old remember how great a series this was. 41-33, and the poor 49ers, look, they've had to be the Duluth Eskimos, who back in the 20s never played in Duluth. You know, they're on the road the last 4 or 5 weeks of the year, and none of them have come up a win. All right, Eagles at the Cardinals, Battle of Oklahoma. Kyler Murray against Jalen Hurts. Murray, this is fun. What? He can do that, Kyler.
This is when their offense is at its best. The design zone read, the quarterback run, he makes them dynamic offensively.
9-0 Arizona. Now Eagles down 19-7. Hurts. His second start. Hey, found Greg Ward Jr. It's 19-14.
Very impressive. He played with so much confidence, Boone.
Murray, back to him. Second goal from the 20. Larry, I see him, a man. Larry Fitzgerald in the back of the end zone. He's had a touchdown catch in all 17 of his seasons.
Future Hall of Famer. How good is that? Even when he's covered, he's not. Just throw it at him. He'll find a way to make you right.
26-14, but Hurts. Oh, to Ward Jr. It hurts so good. 3 touchdown passes at the half. 26-20 Arizona at the half.
Amazing how the confidence rubs off for the Eagles.
Yep, and now Murray. They're trying to, throws a bad one. Marcus Epps with the INT. Murray hasn't thrown, well, that was his first one in the red zone this year. Hurts. Now in the red zone that way. Look at this. Yes! Oh, man, he dives forward and touchdown. Of course, the Eagles fouled up the snap on the extra point. We're tied at 26.
Those are the improvisational plays he can make for you.
Murray to DeAndre Hopkins. And get used to this. Look out. Here he goes all the way down to the 40. Gain of 44. Now, watch this. Remember the Hail Mary, whatever you want to call it? Kyler was, you know what, big fella, you're going to make catches like that for me?
Even when he's covered, he's not. The DB did not turn around and identify the ball. Hopkins did. He's got long fingers, Boom. He can make those.
Long fingers, 33-26. Now Hurts. Travis Fulham. Hey, the Eagles not saying we're done. Now from the 37. Hurts. He can't. He scoops it. He fumbles. He throws it.
Wow. Just a great job of not panicking. Ball's on the ground, pick it up, and then your eyes up and make a play.
And now 2 seconds to go. Last chance. That was Dallas Goedert on the catch. Can he reach the end zone? What do? You knock it. Arizona, who won on one of these, almost got tied on one of these, but they did not. You know what? That game was a show. That game was a show which Arizona, they stay in the hunt very much so, as they're 8-6, and I know what Philly's record is. At 4-9-1, they're not out of it, all right? I'm just telling you. They're not out of it. They could be 6-9-1 and win the division. But we'll start with Arizona because they had that lull, and now they're back with the confidence factor.
No doubt, and it's how they run their offense. You have to get the quarterback outside the pocket. He's only 5'0", so he can't sit back there all day. And when they do that, the run game can get kicked in, and defensively, Reddick, those guys can get after the passer. Very, very impressed with how Arizona ran their offense. But boom, coming out of this game, how about Jalen Hurts? So impressed with him. You can see why he's galvanized that locker room. He didn't win, but they have a decision to make in Philly. If Jalen Hurts is going to inspire his teammates to play this way, what do you do with Carson Wentz, who financially they're almost obligated to keep decisions in Philly because of how well Hurts is playing? Well, on one thing, Arizona, since they play against Murray every week, they knew what a quarterback, unlike last week when New Orleans, we didn't really play any running. You know, Arizona knew they have one. Yes, exactly. And so for them to ring up those many points, there's hope. There's a couple games left. But meanwhile, it's Arizona who stays in it at 8-6, winning 2 games against NFC East Giants, and now here they do against the Eagles. Lions and Titans. So Titans and Colts begin the day tied for first in the AFC South. Matthew Stafford, he always answers the bell. Yeah. He's hurt. He answers the bell. And what a game for Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill,
Well, we know who he has in the backfield, but look at this to Jonnu Smith.
One of the better, more underrated tight ends in football.
And this guy not underrated, and Derrick Henry more powerful than a locomotive. You're not stopping him. It's 3 yards. 15 rushing touchdowns this year for the big fella. And the NFL rushing leader, 7-0 Titans. Stafford, T.J. Hockenson across the middle, first down. Lions driving. With Stafford, you have a chance. Stafford, beat Marvin Jones Jr., tied at 7.
Nice job by Jones finding a little seam in the zone on the end zone.
So, now, Tannehill. How nice is this? Corey Davis, I'm going to make a move on you, and I'm going to make another move on you. Sweet.
Thought once to be a bust. Good to see him reviving his career.
14-7. Now, this is Derrick Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Derrick Henry. Get out!
Oh!
Get out! To Alexander Myers, give him credit for standing in there.
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. The club is closed.
Wow. Later in the drive, Tannehill says, well, I'm going to fake it to him, and then therefore, with 8 guys stacked up to try to stop Henry. That's a heck of a run for Tannehill. 6th game since the start of last year that he's at least run for 1 and passed for 1.
And that's the power of Derrick Henry. Everybody sucks to Henry. Tannehill almost with an easy walk-in.
Now, look out. But here's Romeo Okwara leaping for a safety.
3-step drop, realizing that the offensive tackle was going to cut, just stepped over him.
And that's a great play. Lions trail 21-9. They get a score out of it. Another 9-point safety, if you will. We saw a couple of those on this day. 24-15, so is there a game? It's 24-18 until... guess who took over? Get out. And he just has such agility down to the 3 for Henry. 24 for 147. Still very much alive for a 2,000-yard season. Tannehill runs it, and he had a combined throwing and running 5 touchdowns. And Titans, they roll up the points. I understand Detroit is what they are, but 46 points for Tennessee is darn impressive, and it was more than just, of course, the running of Derrick Henry. Now, Titans win. Colts are playing the Texans, who they barely outlasted 2 weeks ago. Could the Texans try it again? Deshaun Watson. DeForest Buckner, can't escape him. The big fella came over from San Francisco. He's been a force as expected.
Been a godsend for him.
And Jonathan Taylor, he's a good-looking. How's this for a good-looking 5-yard run? Rookie, 7-0 Colts.
That's what the Colts want to do. They want to bludgeon you and run downhill behind that powerful offensive line.
Now, 3rd and 3 Texans. Deshaun Watson. Buckner shoves him. Ball. Justin Houston still at it. On the ball, but they looked, set his hand on good. That caused the fumble. Close, but
no
Colts
fumble.
defense stops him.
Exactly.
No fumble. 4 sacks. First half. Deshaun Watson needs to be, needs to be protected. Meanwhile, Phillip Rivers to Zach Pascal, 26 yards. First down, Colts. Rivers, nice to Pascal, 14-0 Indy.
Yeah, and then the nice little celebration. I'm not sure that was, I don't know what that was. It was a good dance.
It was fun, is what it was. Watson, Chad Hansen, he was open.
Blown coverage.
He was open, okay? Ma, I'm open. 38 yards. Merry Christmas. 14-10. Texans cutting it to 4. Fourth quarter, 20-13. Watson. Well, he can do this. Read option, picks up first down on 4th and 1. Move the chains for Romeo. 2nd and 2 inside the 10. Watson. Kiki QT. 9 yards. We're tied at 20. Indy let him and hit the Houston's back in it. Tie. Phillip Rivers. A late check-in by T.Y. Hilton. 41-yard pickup. Just over 2 minutes to go in the game. 1st and goal. Rivers. Pascal. Bang! Through Hargreaves. 27-20 the Colts.
And between Pittman, Hilton, and Pascal, nice little trio of receivers in Indy.
Under 40 seconds to go. Deshaun Watson. Can we do this? To David Johnson, short of the first down. Bobby Okereke makes the play. Watson goes now 4th and 5. The QT, they're in business on 4th and 5. But it's a fumble and Darius Leonard punches it out. And Okereke falls on it.
Yeah, great play by the man they call Maniac from South Carolina State. And this is the second time these two teams have played, and a fumble has cost the Texans the game.
Right. The last couple of minutes, Deshaun Watson, again, they've played so close. But in the end, both Indy and Tennessee are winners, and they both are 10-4 as they continue to move forward. Now, on this, look, you may not think Bears and Vikings winner of this, all they do is get to 500, but it's the winner stays alive because there are not that many teams with winning records in the NFC. Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson. What a year this rookie's had. 23 yards, Vikings at the 10. Oh, what a feeling. Adams dancing on the Thielen. Touchdown, 7-all.
Jefferson took the coverage to the flat. Thielen came in behind him. Nice play design.
Bears starting to score points with Mitchell Trubisky back in. Waits. He can run. He gives it a shot, but it's a first down. That was the 3rd and 2 play.
Finally getting Mitch out of the pocket, which you can use him best.
And you know what? Third time in 4 games, David Montgomery has 100 yards plus rushing. Touchdown. It's 20-10 Bears at the half. Dalvin Cook. We know what he can do. Let Dalvin cook. 11 yards down to the 3. Now 2nd and goal. Cook. 3-point game, 20-17 Chicago.
Dalvin Cook was outstanding on the day.
Trubisky. Now we're going to give it to Montgomery. Why not? An 11-yard game. Bears in the red zone. 1st and 10. Montgomery. Look at him. Push, bob, weave, carry 2 Vikings into the... That's a major league run, 27-17.
He was outstanding coming out of Iowa State. Nice to see him get some downhill runs in the league.
Down by 10, 30-20 Cousins. Jefferson, 3rd and 5, first down. Next play, 8 minutes to go. Cousins, play action. Tyler Conklin, swing. Conklin, rumbling. End zone, 30-27. The teams kind of knew this was playoff game. Really, almost single elimination. Trubisky. Oh, no. Really? Up 30-27. Remember that fumble a couple weeks ago, Detroit? Cameron Tiny Dantzler picks it off.
Yeah, if you're going to make that throw it to the back pylon where only your guy can get it. One of the only mistakes on the day for Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, no. 4th and 1 Vikings, but they're all over Kirk Cousins. That's Brent Urban with the pressure. Bears defense coming up.
Finally, Bears defense showed up. Great game plan by Matt Nagy. Run the football, play action, and allow Trubisky to run it.
They kick a field goal, but Cousins has a Hail Mary.
Knock it down. Come on.
Sherrick McManus gets it. And the Bears, they were 5-1. Then they were 5-7. And now they're 7-7. But yet, may we have the drum roll, please? Be calm. You're going to see something we never thought we'd see this year. The Jets beaten 40-3 on the West Coast last week at the Rams, who beat the Patriots 10 days ago. This will be another laugher. Jets 17-point underdog. Sam Darnold, Ty Johnson. Wait a minute. 7-0. Jets. Not yet. Second quarter. Look at this. Jets special teams. JT Hassel blocks it. Lamar Jackson falls on it. They're trying. They've tried. Oh, that was all over it.
Yeah, nice little twist inside there. You can always get somebody free if the inside man doesn't block down.
10-0. Not yet. Jared Goff rolls. Oh! Bryce Hall. Look at him. And then he turns upfield. They're smelling this, the Jets. Are you kidding me? In L.A., they kick a field goal, 13-0. Not yet. Third quarter, it's 13-3. Darnold, Sam Darnold. College ball, obviously, in L.A. Chris Herndon. By the way, Rams coverage was not there.
No, not at all. Very, very passive.
4th and goal. One of the leading rushers of all time, Frank Gore. He can't go out 0-16. He scores a touchdown. 100th career touchdown for him. 25th player of all time. 20-3. Not yet. Robert Woods. Reverse. It is the Jets. It's 40 yards down 23-10. Here come the Rams. Fourth quarter. Goff. Tyler Higbee. Got it. 3 yards. It's set up, right? 6 points now. 23-17. Rams down by 6. 3rd and 4, 23-24 minutes to go. Goff. Cam Akers, no. Now it's 4th and 4. Can they do it? Goff. They're going to go deep. And one of the defensive guys, Marcus May, beautiful coverage. He stepped up.
Yeah, he was in one of the pair of safeties. They traded away Jamal Adams. May is still there. Not sure about the play call. 4th and 4, you throw the ball 30 yards down the field.
Over 2 minutes to go, 3rd and 6. Sam Darnold. The Frank Gore! It's a first down and something they did not practice all year. We're going to show it to you. The kneel down.
Victory!
Jets. Get. They are off the schneid. They won't go into the history books as an offer. More on this at the end. No, we're not at the end yet. But it is the end of that for the Jets. All right, we're going to, first of all, look, 23-20, the Jets win. Start with, we'll get to the Jets in a minute. Rams, you have to be kidding me.
The inconsistency of this team is something that would be alarming me if I were Sean McVay. The quarterback doesn't necessarily play up to par. Defensively, very, very passive. The Rams are an aggressive team. They have really good pass rushers. They have maybe the best cover guy in Jalen Ramsey in football, but they didn't play that way. And offensively, when they can't run the football for a ton of yards, you just wonder, can Jared Goff win the game? And today he couldn't.
Well, listen, and for the Jets, by the way, though, Rams, Seattle next week, if they win and they're one back, they will have swept the Seahawks, so this is not as disastrous standing-wise for the Rams. Now, come here for a minute. Here we go. The Bucs of 76 were 0-14.
Yes.
The Lions of 2008 were 0-16. The Cleveland Browns, they were 0-16. And in honor of them, the Jets, hey, pop the cork. You're not in it. No, we couldn't do it because Pittsburgh, that was a Monday night. Yeah. We popped the cork for the Jets in time for New Year. Oh, by the way, these teams are hoping to pop another cork. It would be nice if I had this. There it is. Chiefs, Saints. Here we go. Drew Brees, Brack. 11 cracked ribs, punctured lung. Hard to believe he has never played Patrick Mahomes, and well, L'Jarius Sneed, the youngster, makes a pick very early. Chiefs get a touchdown off it, 7-0. How about this? Little flip to Travis Kelce. 14-0 Kansas City. They come up with everything, don't they?
Does anybody design plays that are more fun than Eric Bieniemy and Big Red Andy Reid?
Oh, they have a blast. They have a whiteboard in his office. They erase it and go to work every week. Now, DeMarcus Robinson right at the end of the half, 14-7, and tries to make something happen. There's a bunch of Saints, and they punch it out. Anzalone pops it out. He falls on the ball, but it goes out of the end zone. It's a safety.
Yeah, really nice job. Robinson holding that ball loose, gets it punched out, and Anzalone almost has a touchdown. Just got to slow down right there and make sure you recover it.
That's Craig Robertson punching it out from Robinson. They get a safety, but it's 14-9. They don't have a chance to get 9 points because it's almost at the end of the half, right? Breeze. Plenty of time. Well, at least there was. Latavius Murray. Look at him rumble. 24 yards at the touchdown. The Saints, they go for two, don't get it, but they have a lead 15-14. Second and goal, Chiefs. Mahomes. How do they find it? It's Mecole Hardman. Yes, he was in.
It's all Patrick Mahomes, keeping the play alive and allowing his receivers to uncover, and great toe drag swag there by Hardman.
21-15, Chiefs on top. Fourth quarter, Chiefs, red zone. Le'Veon Bell with that little wait for a minute for the block. First touchdown as a Chief.
I thought we were in the Big 8, and that was J.J. Flanagan and Eric Bieniemy.
29-15, two-point conversion, Chiefs get. So now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire after a Saints touchdown. 29-20. So this happened while we were on, huh? Down after the play, help to the locker room. Chiefs get field goal up 10. Breeze to little Jordan Humphrey for 17 yards, 32-29. Now 2nd and 5 with $1:45 to go in the game. Bell. Well, he can do that. Now he gets injured. Now, the two lead backs injured. The Super Bowl hero back, remember, opted out. I mean, that's old news. the Chiefs run out the clock, and they win it. The Chiefs have won 22 of 23, dating back to November 10 of a year ago. The Saints, although underdog in this game, have now lost 2 in a row after a 9-game winning streak. And so let's start with Kansas City. We'll have to get more on the injuries to the backs, but Mahomes was only like 50% for a while. There was a time when New Orleans front was getting to them, or at least flustering for him a lot.
Well, New Orleans, what they were doing was keeping 2 safeties back. We're going to take away the big play. We're not going to give you Tyreek Hill down the field. We're going to make you run the football and slow the game down. That's how teams have hung in there with the Chiefs. Buffalo did it. The Raiders beat them doing it that way. Slow the game down. Don't turn it into a track meet. New Orleans did a great job. And up front, Hendrickson, Cam Jordan, they rushed him really well. I'm concerned, though, on the other side about Drew Brees. Okay, I realize this is his first game back. But the Saints offense, and I get it, no Michael Thomas today. The receivers were struggling. Traquan Smith went out during the game. But the offense, something seems amiss in New Orleans. Hopefully, Brees back another couple of weeks, they can get some rhythm headed into the playoffs.
Well, they won't get, or doubtful, I guess mathematically they're alive, but they're not going to catch the pack, so they're not going to get a bye, which would be helpful. But look, if Drew could take this physically, we think that they will have 2 more games with which to get going, you know, and they're going to win the division because they swept Tampa. So they're going to win it, barring a complete collapse.
You just want some rhythm going on, because if this team is rolling, the defense, we saw what they did today. And if you're Sean Payton, in the back of your mind, you just put it away. We hung with the defending Super Bowl champions, and maybe our best player wasn't on the field today, Michael Thomas. And that is a big confidence.
Yes, well, he won't be there until the playoffs start, right? And for the Chiefs, look, they've been playing close games, although New Orleans, obviously a quality foe until last week. They hadn't lost since September. So Andy Reid got more of a 4-quarter game. This is just a better opponent, if you will.
Yes.
But look, they've won 22 of 23. Again, a win is a win is a win. Do I say it 22 times? And take a couple teams that have been winning. How about Saturday? The most impressive job of the weekend was, well, in the first half, I was going somewhere else. Green Bay against Carolina. In the first half, they were very good. Aaron Rodgers himself said, second half we weren't. That's Aaron to Robert Tanya. And Aaron, it's just so much fun to watch him. I mean, he's never been better, which is saying something because we know he's one of the great.
He just flicks his wrist and the ball comes out with such ease.
And Teddy Bridgewater, in case you missed it, the punch out at the 1, Packers defense came up there. The question on Green Bay will be, can they play big time, run defense? Can you run the ball on them? But you better be able to, because they're going to be at Lambeau. We'll talk about that. I mean, barring a complete stunner the last couple of weeks for them. As for the Bills, it was the best performance of the Saturday. Yes, no one has circled the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. They had not circled the division championship since 1995.
I was in high school.
You were in high school, and I was circling them with them. Josh Allen, Jake Kumaro, they were in Denver, 21-7. They had 3 touchdowns called back on penalties, by the way. Josh Allen, he throws, he runs, he sees, he feels. He's at 4,000 yards. And you know what? Sky is the limit for the way they are playing offense. And when they landed at Buffalo at 2 in the morning, pandemic, not exactly toasty outside, there the fans were to greet the Bills, and a great, great scene in Buffalo, who've won their first division crown in 25 years. As we speak, Boog, there are a couple games left in Week 15, but the most impressive performance, you understand the Chiefs keep winning, was the Bills that we just saw, because the defense, which had been the calling card up until this year, that's now starting to be, in my eyes, a top 12 or 10 level D. And they won't be statistically at the end of the year. And the offense speaks for itself. They're playing with confidence we haven't seen for a long time.
Well, you talk about that swagger. That's the swagger they had at the end of last year that they got into the postseason on. But this young quarterback, the confidence he's playing with, when they faced the Chiefs earlier in the season, he had probably his worst game. He's bounced back, and he's playing MVP-level football, and he's making plays off script like Mahomes does, like Rodgers does, like Wilson. When you have a quarterback like that, now your team can go to the next level because he can create offense that the coach doesn't have to call.
Well, and he's this is a cliche, but the game is coming to him.
Yeah.
And it's his third year.
Yeah.
Right? The game is coming to him, and he and Daboll and Coach McDermott, Daboll, the offensive coordinator, Brian, they're just in sync. They have a lot of answers. Now on Green Bay, real quick, let me run this by you. Look, always tough. January, Green Bay. You're from the South. You played at Tampa most of your career.
Exactly.
Okay, you play at Green Bay, January. You know what it is. I think with no fans or little in the playoffs, if it's not going well for the road team. Look, you can feed off enemy energy out of the stands, right? I'm asking you as a player. If you're the 53 on the sidelines, we need energy, but we're trailing the Packers and it's 10 degrees. I think this time Lambeau may be a bigger home field advantage than if they were packed with fans. Sounds wrong. Do you buy my logic?
No, I think you're right. Think about it. Human nature. If it's hot outside, everybody's moving around, it's lively, a lot of energy. Human nature says when it's cold, I want to bundle up and be quiet. Well, it's no different for football players. When it's cold on the sideline, there's not a ton of energy. We're trying to find a hot chocolate or a nice little glass of something that can warm me up inside. And if you're down 10-0, if you're down 14-3, and you start looking around and it's 12-degree wind chill, nobody wants to get hit. And that's when Aaron Rodgers, who's been there his entire career, that's when he can feed off that energy.
Sounds like the holidays, doesn't it? The cold, hot toddy, this and that. Which is a perfect segue for our man who's going to bring us Sunday Night Football highlights, and that would be Cleveland and the Giants, Michael Christmas Eves. Mike?
And a very Merry Christmas to you, Boomer, as well, and also Booger. And let's show you what happened Sunday evening. Browns, of course, coming off that classic Monday night game. Giants could actually tie Washington atop the NFC East with a win. But Baker Mayfield and company, other ideas. How about the Giants, though? Aggressive and tricky. Opening drive, 4th and 5 from the 8. They line up for the field goal, then go into this formation. Riley Dixon over the middle, incomplete. So what happened on this trick play? Well, it was a very unique look, and Dixon looking for Nick Gates, who's the center, but he should have been looking for Graham Gano, the kicker, because he was wide open. Instead, the Giants turn it over on downs. Pick it up in the second quarter. Cleveland down 3-zip. Mayfield, Austin Hooper, touchdown. Browns take a 7-3 advantage. A little bit later, Giants going for it again, 4th and 2 in the red zone. Wayne Gallman, he stopped. The Giants are the first team to turn it over on downs twice in the red zone in the first half of the game since 2006. And Mayfield and company would take advantage. To Jarvis Landry for the touchdown. Mayfield finished the half with as many touchdown passes as incompletions, going 17 for 19, 172 yards, and 2 scores. Third quarter now. Baker still doing some things. To Rashard Higgins for 20 yards. He finished with 297 yards total in the game. Later in that drive, Nick Chubb in for the score. Browns win it 20-6. Mayfield completed 84% of his passes, highest completion percentage in a game in Browns history. And give it up for Cleveland. 10-4 on the season. That's their best record through 14 games since they returned to the league in 1999. Cleveland trying to get to the playoffs, and what a moment that would be for Northeast Ohio.
All right, and thank you, everybody. And you know what? Has this season been bizarre enough when we got a way to go yet, right? So with a game on Christmas Day, which is a Friday, we've had, of course, Sunday football. We've had Monday football. We've had Tuesday games. We've had Wednesday games. We had Thursday games. We're going to have Friday game. We have Saturday games. Football every day of the week for the first time ever in NFL history, and they've only played over 100 years. Happy holidays to everybody. For Booger McFarland, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime.